Welcome to Build Your Maverick Business, the podcast for underdog, outlier, and renegade entrepreneurs. Brought to you by Strange Creative Studio. If you dream of going off on your own and launching your rebel empire, but don't know where to start, you're in the right place. We'll teach you how to use mindset, branding, and practical advice to build a killer business and transform your world. And now, here's your host, founder of Strange, Alex Pitt.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I am bulk recording today, and this is episode 2 that I'm recording. I just finished the last one and realised that I'd been sat on my foot for about 20 minutes, so I had to have a little break. This is good, I feel very organised today. So right now, in the UK, we're in what I'd like to call a bank holiday sandwich. We're in the filling of a bank holiday sandwich. So we had a day off on Monday, just for your standard May bank holiday. We've got another one coming up this weekend. We've got this Monday off as well for the coronation of King Charles. So 2 short weeks in a row. And this is very much one of those episodes that just pops into my head out of the blue because I suddenly find myself getting a little bit riled up about something that comes to my attention. So here we are. I'm going to go on a little rant. It's going to be a slight rant, but an impassioned one. You know me. Now, it's directly related to the bank holiday thing, right? Directly related to that. So I must admit, I kind of forgot that it was a bank holiday, the Monday just gone. So when I was looking in my calendar last week, I sort of accidentally put a few things in the diary. Right, I put a few calls in, I put a few little plans in, decided that I was going to go work out of a co-working space to get some fresh air, a bit of a change of scenery. And then I realised, oh, hang on a minute, it's a public holiday. So fortunately, I think a few people did the same thing that I did. And we all realised and said, oh, should we not do that day? So things got moved to different days of the week, and that was fine. But in some cases, that wasn't what happened. Like, I can see people, this reaction, when they're saying, oh, what, you're actually taking the bank holiday? You're not going to work that day? And people are quite shocked to hear that from someone who works for themselves. Now, I follow a lot of accounts of like designers' humour, memes about being self-employed, etc., etc. I follow them all. Very relatable content out there. And there's this kind of running trend that you get this time of year, especially if you're in the UK, where we suddenly get this influx of days off. And it's just of people kind of glorifying the fact that they don't take holidays like everyone else does. Like, oh, what, a Monday off? Are you crazy? Not for me, guys. I will be working away. And it's kind of worn like this badge of honour. Like, look at me, I'm not taking the days off that everyone else gets. Now, I want to put a fucking stop to that. Now, let's be real. When you are self-employed, you miss out on a lot of the benefits that full-time employees get. All right? We don't have the fun in the office and the after work drinks until you get to the point where you build a team. That's not a reality for you just yet. So you can be quite isolated. You don't have the structure around, managers and people above you being able to guide you and let you know if you've done a good job or not, which sounds a little trivial, but actually, when you've got nothing to benchmark yourself against, our brains can be dicks. We just decide that we're doing really badly, even when all of the signs point otherwise. Right? We don't have that guaranteed paycheck at the end of every month. Sometimes you go through this feast and famine cycle where you think, oh Christ, where is my money coming from? Or the sales start to slow down and you panic about how you're going to shift all of your stock. There are so many things that mean self-employment can be a lot more stressful than full-time work, right? What is the one thing that we can say we've got that the full-time employees don't? Freedom of fucking time. We can choose our own hours. We can have long lunch breaks. We can go to the gym at 3 p.m. if we want. We can work things the way that we want to. We can work according to our energy. It's a lot easier for us to take time off. We don't have to put in holiday requests and have them denied. And yet it feels like there's this real unconscious commitment that people have in their minds. Right? What I mean by unconscious commitment, this is something that I've been very, very guilty of. When I first went self-employed, bearing in mind this is a few years ago now, so I would consider myself more a business owner than a self-employed person, if you want to nitpick, you know. But when I first quit my full-time job and I was freelancing, I was desperately committed to working from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. every day. And if I didn't work those hours, I felt so guilty. It was ridiculous. Taking time off just felt really weirdly unnatural. And I had this thing in my mind, this unconscious commitment to I must work a lot of hours. Now, realistically, let's hope that my past employers aren't listening to this. There is a lot of filler in the average working day. I think back to how much time, not just me, but every single person within the company would spend maybe faffing, maybe on Pinterest, maybe on social media, maybe hanging out in the kitchen, bitching about a different department. If you condense down the actual hours that we were putting in, it was probably not 8 or 9 a day. Now, depending on how industrious you are as a person, it might be close to that. I don't know. I'm just speaking from experience. But there was no real reason to have a bum in a seat for that many hours a day. Now, I realise that there'll be a lot of people listening to this who are just like, oh yeah, well, it's all well and good saying that, but I've got so much to do. I've got so much work on. I can't possibly not work all of those hours. Now, if that is you, I beg of you, just have a little think, have a little moment to reflect and work out why you can't do that. Right, are your prices too low so that you have to have a lot of clients? Do you have the same unconscious commitment that I used to have about I need to be sat in a seat, otherwise something has gone wrong and I am not worthy as a human if I'm not producing for this many hours of the day? Is your time management a bit fucked? Can you start to batch things so that you can get a bit more of a grip on your time management? Please don't think for a second that I am in any way blaming anyone for working a lot of hours. All I'm saying is, working for yourself can be really fucking tough. We need to make the most of the perks. Freedom and flexibility of time is the number one. And it's a fucking good one, guys. It's a really good one. So I just want you all to do something for me this week, if you can. Let one lunch break go on a bit longer than it should. Clock off early one day. Or if you're feeling really fruity, take the afternoon off, go to the park, stare into space. Oh, it'll be good for your soul, I promise, darlings. All right, you lot, that's it for me for this week. Rant over. Go off, enjoy that flexibility in every way that you can, no matter how small. And I'll catch you here next week.
Got an idea for a maverick business of your own? Learn how to build a powerful brand that will get people obsessed with our online program, not just a pretty logo. You'll learn a simple step-by-step framework that will kickstart your killer brand and help you find your raving fan base. Find out more today at strangecreativestudio.com.